Minasan konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Hi guys, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Konnichiwa. Okay, so I teach Japanese at my channel in the most easiest and the fastest way. If you love Japan, its culture, or if you want to learn the Japanese language, or you love watching anime and manga, and also want to know crazy facts about Japan, you're at the right place. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Okay, so in today's video, I have brought the most demanded topic, particles. Particles are such a headache for beginners, and personally, I think particles are a little difficult if concepts do not become clear. For beginners, particles can sound so difficult, and most people quit learning Japanese when they reach particles. I just want to assure you, by the end of this video, you will understand what is a particle. I'm not going to teach the usage in this video. I will bring further videos for the usages of each particle because each particle has 4 to 5 functions depending upon how you use it. In this video, I'll just introduce you to this deadly substance called particle. You will be guaranteed to know what a particle is by the end of this video. So all of your confusion is going to get over. 90% of your fear for particles is because you don't know what a particle is. You're just mugging it up. And when you mug up things, you end up getting frustrated and then you give up. But if you know what exactly a particle is in a statement, you will not make this mistake. And you will be able to make a friend relation with all of these particles that you see on your screen. So, are you ready to say, wow? Okay, let's get started. 始めましょう. Well then, before we start, I just want to make a small request. A single subscribe from you means a lot to me, minasan, and also try to share this channel with other beginners out there so that I can reach a larger audience and make this free content available to every beginner who needs it. Okay, first of all, this question must have come in the mind of every beginner. Why is there even a need to learn particles? I mean, why does particle exist in a language? In English, we don't have these particles. So why is there a need in Japanese? First of all, you might hear people saying that conjunctions, prepositions, articles, and all of these in English together form particles in Japanese. That's somewhat correct. Particles are immensely complex. They are not just one thing. They may somewhere show position, they may somewhere show time, they may somewhere show your destination, and they vary in function. They have a huge variety of function. And the most important part of a particle is that a Japanese statement will make sense only when you use particle. Without particle, the statement is incomplete. It's like a body without soul. So now with this example, you can relate how important particles are. So do not worry, I'm going to make you master this topic. I have already uploaded several videos on particle before this on my channel, like particle no, particle ga, particle wa, particle o, and you can check out those videos. Those were detailed lectures like for 20 minutes. This is going to be a little shorter video than that because I'll just be introducing you. So, ganbatte! All the best! I'll give you a single example so that you can understand better what particles are. And once you understand what exactly is this term particle, then understanding the functions will not be a difficult task at all. Okay, so first I'll give you an English statement. The most simple and the most easiest statement. So I'm considering as if you're a first-time student and you have no idea about what I'm talking about. You have no idea of particles. So I'm going to teach you with that innocence and with that simplicity, okay? This is the example. I eat fish. Is it very simple? Right. Now, I just want to ask you one question. In this statement, how do I know that I am the one who is eating the fish and not the fish who is eating me? Did you get my question? Now I want you guys to take 1 minute and think over this question. I'll repeat it. How do I know that I am the one who is eating the fish and not the fish is eating me? I think you all know the answer to this. Maybe you are not just able to recall it. Of course, it is due to the position. I, which is the subject, is always placed at the first position. Eat, the verb, is placed at the second position. And fish, the object, is placed at the third position. So this implies that I, the subject, is doing the verb of eating on an object called fish. So fish, the object, receives your action of eating. Okay, now this makes sense that I eat fish. If I just change the position of fish and I, will the meaning change? Of course it does. So if I say fish eat I know it's grammatically not correct. It should actually be fish eats me, but still, it still gives the meaning that the fish is eating you, right? So what I mean to say is, just by changing the position of I and fish, the meaning changed. So the statement, the notion that we get from this is, in an English statement, the position of word decides the meaning, right? So subject, verb, and object. This is the order. So we can say that the statement format or the sentence format in English is SVO, which stands for subject, verb, object. So verb is in the between and object is at the end. I think this much is clear. Okay, SVO for English. Now, let's say it is a Japanese statement. Now you have to be a little careful. It's no more SVO, but it became SOV. SOV, okay? So according to this, object should be in the middle and verb should be at the end. Exactly. Great. We understood that the Japanese statement order is I fish eat. Now this might sound a little weird because English and Japanese are just two different poles, two different languages. So just remember, SOV in in Japanese. So we place verbs at the end, okay? An object in the middle. And of course, the subject is not changing. Even in English, I was at the first position, and even in Japanese, it's there. Okay, so if I just put everything into Japanese, I is watashi, fish is sakana, and eat is tabemasu. Okay, so we got the statement right. Watashi, sakana, tabemasu. So, great. Didn't we form a statement? Well, the answer is no. Now you might be like, now what? What else is remaining? You know what? I asked the question, how do I come to know whether I am eating the fish or the fish is eating me? Well, in this statement, the question still remains. From this statement, watashi sakana tabemasu, I literally do not know what am I trying to say. So if you say this in front of a Japanese, he may start wondering, what do you mean? You eat fish or the fish eats you? The meaning is not at all clear from this statement. You see? So how do I make the meaning clear? Now that is done by particles. If I add the particles here, now this statement is perfect. Now I know the meaning that I want to say that I eat the fish. Okay? Now you might be wondering like, okay, it's making sense. Now, the particle wa is attached to watashi. Wa marks the subject of a statement. So we came to know that, okay, I'm the one who's going to do the action of eating. Secondly, the particle o is attached to sakana, which is a fish. So o implies object. It's an object marking particle. So now we get an idea that, okay, so fish is the object. So fish is something that I'm eating. And last is the verb, and verb is at the end, so it doesn't need any particle. So now this statement makes sense. Come on, minasan, clap for you. watashi wa sakana o tabemasu. This statement is absolutely perfect. So did you get the meaning? Just by adding the particles, I got to know the role of each word in a statement. Otherwise, before it, I didn't know. This was because positions do not decide the meaning in Japanese like they do in English. In English, positions show the meaning. But in Japanese, position do not show the meaning. And that's why you might have heard that word order does not matter in Japanese. What matters is how you place the particle. Okay, so since I have the correct particle with the correct word, even if I interchange these two words, the meaning will still be same. Are you surprised? So if I say, sakana o watashi wa tabemasu, it is still the same. I eat fish. Nothing has changed. Why? You know the answer now. Because I still have maintained the same particle. Have I changed the particles? No. The wa particle, the topic marker, is still with watashi, and the o particle, the object marker, is still with sakana. So, is there anything that changed? Except for the word order. And as I said, word order doesn't matter. All that matters is how you place the particle. So I think now things have started becoming clear, right? So if you say, watashi wa sakana o tabemasu, or sakana o watashi wa tabemasu, it's one and the same. Okay? So wa is still with watashi, o is still with sakana. Things have not changed. Just be careful. You never have to change the verb. Verb is always at the end. If you change the position of word, the word order becomes wrong. Okay? So, do not change the verb ever. Great. Point number 1 that we concluded was that in English, word order is super important. And if you change the word order, it can change the meaning. But in point number 2, that is in Japanese, we saw that particles are most important. And a word order doesn't really matter. So until and unless you maintain the correct particle with the correct word, it doesn't matter even if you change the word order. Meaning will still be the same. So when I want to say I eat fish, I can say it in 2 ways. Sakana o watashi wa tabemasu, or watashi wa sakana o tabemasu. In the first statement, the order is OSV. That means object at the first place, sakana, and subject at the second place, watashi. In the second statement, the order has changed. I placed watashi, the subject first, and sakana, the object next. But the meaning is same. Why? Because the particles are same. In the first example, wa was with watashi. In the second example, wa is still with watashi. Just like in the case of sakana, o is with sakana in both the examples. So both of these statements are correct. Again, it's proved that particles matter and not the statement order. But the most appropriate way and the most common way you'll hear Japanese statement is the second one, SOV. I repeat, the first order is correct and it does make sense even if you say it this way. But the second one is the most common and even textbooks show the second one. Okay, so I hope you understood this. I would just like to recommend you to watch this video one more time, because as a beginner and since you are encountering water particles for the very first time, I think this was a lot of information, right? So if you want to revise everything that we have learned today once and forever, so that you never forget this and you never need to have another explanation for what is particle, you should watch this video one more time if you want. Okay, so did you understand it and was it fun? If you like this video and if you like my content and want to support me, please do not forget to subscribe, and that means a lot to me. All those who have already subscribed me, thank you so much. I'll never forget to thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Also share this channel with your friends Comment and let me know if you understood what exactly is a particle is, and if you have any kind of doubt, like this video, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next lesson. 次のレッスンでは会いましょう。Till then, keep learning and stay safe. またね